start doing something or else you're going to be finding another job.
God, I don't know what I'm talking about, huh? It's not my first convertible, you know.
All the parts we ordered, nobody can find where the they put them.
Why has everything got to be an attitude?
It's $1,000, dude. You know what? I need it for two things. There's a slim chance that it may get ugly.
It's shiny, it's pretty.
It's always about you and your toys, right? I closing the door. It's 60 degrees. Get that stinking cigarette out of here. It's 60 degrees out.
They got stinking
I can't reach the door, it's too high.
Welcome to the 2007 Advanced Auto Parts World of Wheels. Hi, this is Brian with Blades Rod Shop. I'm here at the 46th Annual World of Wheels, Pittsburgh World of Wheels. I'm here with Dave Nugent, our General Manager from Blades Rod Shop. Dave, what do you think of the show so far?
I think the show's a great success this year. The place is full of hot rod cars. The turnout's great. The weather's been great. Everything's in our favor this year.
Well, I will tell you, I've been doing this a number of years. My father and brother both are co-chairmen of the show, and the turnout is not only great, but also the number of cars and the quality of the cars. And we're going to take you out and show you some of those cars here in a few minutes. Dave, what do you think the big turnout's about this year?
Well, I think the sport has come around full circle, and there's more and more people interested in the hot rod industry these days, and it's definitely shown in the attendance of the show.
Well, I will tell you, I'm excited to take you all out and let you take a look at some of these fantastic vehicles. So, what do you think, Dave?
That sounds good.
Good afternoon. I'm in one of the special displays here at the Pittsburgh World of Wheels with a gentleman by the name of Stan Lawrence. Hi, Stan.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Doing well. Stan, why don't you tell us a little bit about what this display is all about?
Well, this display is about the 75th anniversary of the 1932 Deuce Coupe. It's nationwide coverage of the 32 Deuce Coupe and celebrating 75 years. And this is one heck of a setup we have down here at the Convention Center.
Great. Well, I'll tell you, there's probably about 14 cars in this display. The celebration's going on throughout the year. Stan, what do you think? You think 32 is probably one of the most celebrated hot rods in history?
It sure is, Brian. It's one of the most prestigious cars that every street rodder really wants.
Well, I will tell you, I heard a little statistic that the state of California has more 32 cars registered out there than were actually produced in 1932.
Wow, that's amazing.
Stan, tell us a little bit about the contribution you're making to this display.
Well, Brian, my car is a 1932 Deuce. It's a Dearborn Deuce body manufactured by ASC in Detroit, Michigan. It's an all-steel body. Took me a year and a half to complete. I'm running a Chevy drivetrain with it, with a ZZ4 motor, 700R transmission, and a 9-inch Ford rear end.
Well, Stan, it's a beautiful car. We appreciate you taking the time out today to talk to us, and look forward to seeing you on the streets this summer.
Definitely, Brian. Thank you. You can definitely see this car all summer on the streets.
Great. Well, let's go look at some other vehicles. Hi, I'm here with Nikki from Blades Rod Shop. Nikki, you know what we're standing in front of?
I have no idea.
Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to tell you this is the world-famous coupe from American Graffiti, probably one of the most infamous hot rod movies that was ever produced. Hey folks, we're here with Carl Tremento. Many of you have seen him in the TV show, the infamous Carl Tremento. What do you think of the show so far?
Well, I think we're getting a good crowd here tonight.
What are you doing up on the stage?
I'm doing crowd control.
Well, who's the star? Who are we waiting?
I look pretty mean.
Well, who are we waiting on?
Whoever that guy is.
Who's this guy?
He's a wrestler, I know
He-
that.
He's a what?
He's some kind of a wrestler or something.
You're going to take him on up here. Is that what the...
Here, see, I'm pretty miserable looking, so they put me up here.
Get out, imagine that. Yeah, I'm here with John Kaiser. He was the builder of the Terrible Truck. For many of you that remember the Super Bowl days of the 70s of the Steelers, this was an icon. Welcome today, John.
Glad to be here.
Good. John, tell us a little bit about the truck and why you built it.
The truck started out as the 5-cent beer wagon. It was built in the early 70s. And the Steelers picked up on it and they changed it to the Terrible Truck. This truck was built entirely from junk, actually. And it's part of Pittsburgh because all the steel that was in the truck was from the golf building. I did that intentionally. Well, we did the job in the golf building when I was working, and I saved that metal from the breaching that we tore out. And actually, the truck is part of Pittsburgh. It's part of the golf building. But the truck was used at the Steeler games for approximately 12 years, which they used to sing the national anthem off of. And probably Charlie Daniels and quite a few stars that sang off of it. A lot of history.
Well, let me ask you a question. Has this truck been duplicated in the past?
There's probably 50 Terrible Trucks running around the neighborhood, but the press and a couple of the other local newspapers tracked this thing down last year. The original Terrible Truck come back to life.
Well, I will tell you, I've known this man a lot of years. Actually, my father and him have been lifelong friends, and there's nobody around this area that is as talented with metal as this man is. And we just appreciate having the opportunity to talk to him today.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Absolutely. Right back.
This is the history of the 41 green Mercury convertible. The history of this car is kind of interesting. A friend of ours bought that car in its original condition, decided that he didn't have the time or the money to complete the project, and sold the project to us at Blades. We took the car and had it media blasted, installed all new floor panels. The guy that we bought the car from is a local guy here in Pittsburgh. The next car is the black and silver two-tone 48. We bought this car off of eBay. When it came in, it was in pretty rough shape. There was a lot of things that were bad with it. It went through all this phases here at Blades, and it doesn't have a long, lengthy story because, like I said, we bought it off of eBay. And I'd really like to know more about the car myself. The brown 47 Ford convertible we bought as a project car from eBay. We've completely stripped the car, brought it back to its original condition with some few modifications. We put an automatic transmission adapter to a C6 Ford automatic transmission in that car, but everything else is bone stock.
with the exception of a few modifications that we did to it. That's going to be a really nice driver. The next one is a 36 panel truck. There's kind of a story that came from Pap's place. Brian bought it off of Pap probably 4 or 5 years ago. Pap had it and had it torn apart and had it stored in his garage for probably 20 years. They kept saying that they were going to restore the car and put it on the road into a street rod, and it kind of got shoved back in the corner and nothing ever happened with it. And we finally got around to saying, okay, we've had that sitting around long enough, let's finish the truck and put it back together. And it's a work in progress now, and you can see how far it's come. It's going to be a beautiful machine.
I was out walking the crowd, and guess who I ran into? I want to introduce a lot of you folks to a gentleman by the name of Steve Whitson. Welcome, Steve.
Oh, it's good to be here.
Great. Well, Steve is the president of Wyotech in Blairsville, and as you well know, Steve, we've hired a lot of your former students,
yes, I
and
do know that.
this is one of the cars they've built. It really turned out nice, and I want to thank you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Wyotech?
Well, we're absolutely, we're an automotive technical school, and we have a lot of specialty programs, and kind of a passion to mine is steel rods, chassis fabrication, high-performance engines, those kind of things. And exciting for me to come up to a show like this and see some of the work that our former students are putting out. So it's a good thing for us. We're located in Blairsville, just down the road here, and got just added a 92,000 square foot building to our campus, and added a high-performance engine program to us. The tuners, turbos, everything from blueprinting all the way up. So we're excited about that.
Well, I will tell you, if you've not ever seen the school, first off, it's a very impressive school, number one. But number two, more importantly, if anybody's out there that's looking to get into this type of sport, and it doesn't really matter, whatever, if it's tuners or if it's, building street rods or if it's actually working on at a dealership. I mean, that is the school to be at. So if you're looking for a career, Wyotech's the next step. I appreciate you being here today, Steve.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm here with Bob Larrivee, who's the show producer, and you all might know this fella. Bob Ulano was my father. Bob Larrivee, great show. What do you think so far?
Well, it's always fun to come back to Pittsburgh. I'm from Detroit, of course, and boy, we've sure come a long ways from those first days at the Hunt Armory. And this is just a phenomenal building, and it's a great setting for about 300 cars here. So it's always fun to come back, and we have a great show going this year.
Well, we appreciate having us. And Bob, what do you think, Dad?
Well, we found over the years the show quality just keeps going up and up. Pittsburgh area is a great area for cars. We have some really fine automobiles in this area. Many cover cars for car magazines. I'd like to just put the word out that, we're looking for you guys. Bring your cars down here. Let's make this show even better than it's ever been.
Well, great. Well, I will tell you, it is a fantastic show. So if you haven't come down in the past, make sure you get down here in the future. I'm here with two other very important people of the show. Kim Pringle, if you don't know Kim's my older sister, and Sean Ulanowitz, who is the other co-chairman of the show. What do you think so far, Kim?
I think the show's great. Quality of cars is getting better and better every year.
Great. Well, what do you think, Sean?
I also think this show was a raving success so far, and we had Rey Mysterio here Saturday night, and the response to the wrestler was just incredible. The crowd was enormous. Overall, like Kim said, the quality of cars has just improved year after year, and it's good to see the local cars really coming out, and people are really starting to build more and more cars specifically to debut them at this show. So.
Well, I will tell you, if you've not been here before, you got to get down here. Not only that, but, a lot of people don't realize the amount of time and efforts put into putting one of these shows on. So I'm sure that you both are going to go home and take a very hot bubble bath and spend some time with your family. So we'll be right back. More Blade Speed and Power Tour from the 2007 Advanced Auto Parts Pittsburgh World of Wheels after this.
treat. My friends say I'm acting white as a bug. I'm in love, I'm all shook up.
Before we leave you here today at the Pittsburgh World of Wheels, I'm standing in front of a beautiful 1951 Ford two-door sedan owned by Paul Pastrick. I want to thank you all for joining us today, and more Blade Speed and Power Tour after this.
Well, we're back from the World of Wheels, the car show, and I think it was a great success on Blade's Rod Shop end of it. The cars all got a warm reception. There was a really nice turnout and a nice turnout of cars this year. I was very impressed by the amount and difference in cars that were there. The show was laid out really, really nice this year.
We are dead tired and exhausted. It was a very good show, very well put together. It seems like attendance was way up over last year. A lot to offer kids, which was really nice because it gave the parents more opportunity to look at the cars and see the things they wanted to see without the children getting restless.
So yeah, the crowd reaction was pretty good to the cars. The green car really stood out. It got a lot of attention, more than I thought it was going to get. I was pretty pleased with that. And overall, the show went really well. This year was a really good show. It was put together really well. There was a really diverse crowd of cars there this year, as opposed to last year. I got to judge this year again as a local guest judge, and I judged with some of the guys from Detroit. Actually, all the guys were from Detroit, and they're actually Riddler judges, which is really an honor. Some really cool guys. They're all in the industry. They all have businesses in the street rod, hot rod industry. Got a lot of really cool and positive feedback from them on our cars too, even though we couldn't be judged.
Dad and I go up on the second level and look down on it. It's just incredible to see the quality of cars, number of cars, and the people. So, like I said, we got another one under our belt, another year, and looking forward to 2008 already. Talking with people and trying to get things started so that we're not running into the last minute. It's a full-time, whole year project that starts the week after the show's over.
Now we have some more starting, a couple of shop pickups, and then we have that panel truck that was at the World of Wheels needs to be finished up. We'll have to get all the parts ordered in there. Guys should be pretty busy out in the shop and be ordering parts. Hopefully they can order them all in advance so we have them all here, but we know how things go. We'll get those last-minute orders the day before they need them. But things are looking up.
We got a few things to patch up on some of the show cars, some stuff that occurred in transport, but we're really concentrating on this couple new builds that we're starting here, so keep an eye out and keep watching.
Well, let's get together and talk about this new build. What we've come up with.
Well, we decided we want to build a Woody. We have about 15 to choose from, depending on what year you want to go with. That's what we need to decide first. So what year that you want to go with 36, you want to go 49 to 50. We've kind of been wanting to go with the 49 to 50. We have a lot of them, and it'll be a good attempt for our first one.
Well, the problem you're going to run into is with the obtaining the wood kits. Obviously, the 49 to 50s are a little bit more prevalent than the 41 to 48s. I think the 49 to 51 selections are the best. It's a unanimous decision to go with 50?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the overall thing. What you want to do is stick with the shade look. So getting away from that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Okay. Without too many body modifications. We're not going to chop it. We're not going to channel it. And things of that nature. So.
I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again, shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Oh, life could be a dream, if only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart.